Good afternoon or morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's JRI Annual Symposium. My name is Vivian Elliott, and I am co-director for CNA Center for Justice Research and Innovation, also known as JRI. We are excited and grateful to have you here today to learn about the work our team is engaged in. Our JRI Center is one of 7 centers for CNA's Institute for Public Research. Our mission is to work with justice-related agencies and community-based agencies and organizations on the assessment, implementation, evaluation, and sustainment of organizational and system-wide improvements in the administration of justice. We aim to achieve this through 3 primary areas of work: our research, organizational reform, and training and technical assistance. We have staff spread across the country, as well as a national network of subject matter experts, and we collaborate with several experts in related fields. Today, you will have the opportunity to hear from several of our research staff and experts on this work, with a special focus on learning from challenges and critical issues within the justice system today, as well as considerations, research, and issues that are important for the future of our justice system. Hence our symposium's theme this year, the Futurescape of Justice, Improving Public Safety. To give you a little bit of an overview of our agenda today, we're going to begin with lightning rounds to help showcase to you a variety of the work that our team is involved in. This is with local, state, and federal agencies spanning across multiple facets of the justice system, from policing to corrections, to servicing victims, and to domestic terrorism. Following our lightning round of project highlights, we will have 2 concurrent panel sessions where speakers will share insights, research, and lessons learned related to critical incidents and after-action reviews, as well as member well-being. These will be concurrent sessions, so you can join the Zoom link for whichever session that you're interested in attending. At 3 o'clock Eastern, we will get to hear from Ms. Lou Leary, who has had a distinguished career in public service and with the federal government. And as our keynote speaker, she will share her thoughts on critical issues for the justice system now and moving into the future. Finally, we will close our symposium with another round of panel sessions that you can select to participate in. One will be on emerging technologies and artificial intelligence, and the other will be on violence reduction. Before I hand it off to our Vice President for the Institute for Public Research, Tim Barris, please allow me a few moments. I'm just going to go over a few administrative reminders and helpful tips as we begin today's session on Zoom. Please keep your phones and computer audio on mute to avoid background noise. Today's sessions are also being recorded so that you and others may view it later on our website. For the sessions, we will be taking questions at the end of all the sessions. If you have questions for one of the speakers or panelists, please use the chat function within Zoom to direct a question to the host at any time during the session, or you may wait till the end during the Q&A and raise your hand to ask a question. Additionally, we ask that you please edit your display name by hovering over your name within Zoom, clicking More, choosing the rename option, and changing your name to reflect your full name and agency or organization. This will help us and others know who you are and where you're from. And finally, as a reminder, we'd just like to share that the points of view or opinions expressed herein throughout our symposium do not necessarily represent official positions or policies of the U.S. Department of Justice or our other clients. So if you have any questions throughout the symposium, please feel free to reach out to us via the chat function. We will be closely monitoring that. And with that, I'll pass it over to Tim to share some remarks.
Thank you, Vivian. I appreciate it. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to all of you And thank you for joining us today and for all your work and dedication to the field of criminal justice and public safety. And I especially want to thank Mary Lou Leary for joining us today as our keynote speaker. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Tim Barris, the Executive Vice President at CNA for the Institute for Public Research. I've been with CNA for about 18 years, and prior to that, I had a 12-year career in the federal government in the Office of Justice Programs, and then in the Department of Homeland Security, working on criminal justice and domestic preparedness for terrorism issues. And before that, I had a short stint in the state of North Carolina as a North Carolina revenue officer. For those of you who don't know that much about CNA, let me just give you a little bit of background about the place where we work. CNA is a not-for-profit corporation that works in the public interest to advance the safety and security of the nation. We're an 82-year-old organization that got its start in 1942, helping the Navy defeat the German U-boat threat in the Atlantic and pioneering the field of operations research. CNA is organized into two operational entities: the Center for Naval Analysis, which conducts all of our defense work, and the Institute for Public Research, which conducts all of our non-defense work, and I have the honor of leading. I'm truly excited about this symposium and appreciate everyone attending. The theme of this year's symposium especially resonates with me, looking to the futurescape of justice. As a public interest nonprofit, CNA dedicates funding to investigate emerging issues through symposia like this or through other internal research. We believe it's part of our mission to help the fields that we work in prepare for and get ahead of the new things they may face that may not be on their immediate radar or things that they're not immediately dealing with, especially emerging technology issues, which are advancing so rapidly that it's extremely difficult to keep up with them. Today, you will hear about some of our work that many of you have helped conduct, maybe funded, or been recipients of. I categorize our criminal justice work in three areas: traditional criminal justice research, training and technical assistance, and operations research, which encompasses the organizational reviews Vivian mentioned and our after-action reporting work. All of our work is done in mind with trying to have a significant impact on the field. Our work and findings should be practical and implementable, and if they aren't, then they can't be impactful. We do this through an approach of objective, data-driven analysis combined with a deep understanding of the operational environment. I would say as we go on with this day and explore the issues that criminal justice may be facing and public safety and how we approach the future of public safety, that you all should be thinking about what are these emerging issues. Give yourself some time to contemplate, to reflect and think, not think about the immediate issues that you have at hand operationally that you're trying to deal with, but think about what are the things that are forthcoming, what are the threats, but what are also the opportunities. And just finally, I'd say in my 30 years or so working in or adjacent to the criminal justice field, I have found that community involvement, community trust, and community action are the bedrock for success when implementing new public safety policies or programs. So I'd ask that we think about that and how we could foster and enhance the community role in public safety as we move along in the future and are facing all of these emerging issues. With that, I feel like I've taken too much time. Let's get on with the symposium. Thank you again. And Vivian, I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you so much, Tim. We appreciate your warm welcome and those challenges to us. We look forward to thinking about all of those issues as we proceed through today's sessions. Before we move into our first session, I do also want to express my thanks and on behalf of CNA, thanks to all of the clients and partners, experts, CNA staff, those who service the field for the work that you do in contributing to public safety. Just, a special moment to acknowledge yesterday's shooting in Georgia. It reminds us why we do the work that we do. And, we'll have a session later today on critical incidents. So just thank you to all of you. Thank you for your interest. Thank you for your service and the work that you're contributing to. I'd also like to take a brief moment to thank members of our team who have been instrumental in planning and coordinating today's event: Margarita Parker, Melissa Gutierrez, and Heliana Melendez. Thank you to the three of you for all your help and assistance for today's symposium. So I hope the symposium today sparks interest in learning. Think about some of those things that Tim just mentioned about how we can improve public safety now and also as we move into the future, and that you learn a little bit more about CNA and the work that we're involved in. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it off to Heliana, who's going to kick us off for our lightning rounds